Welcome, welcome, welcome. My name is Tasha, and this is 10-Minute Talk with T. I want you to know. So, a little bit about myself. I am from Potts Camp, Mississippi. I am a mother of two boys. I am engaged to Mr. Jeffries, and that's a whole love story. Whole love story. Super excited about. That'll be one of the 10-minute talks one day, just about my background and, you know, how I came up, X, Y, and Z. But I really want to tell y'all why I decided to do the 10-minute talk with T. Of course, T is me. Because I say a couple months ago, the Lord really put it on my mind to let them know. Tell them. Tell them your story. Tell them how you were so hard-headed and didn't want to listen to me. And, I made myself go through stuff that I didn't even have to. And God was like, girl, I always say he popped me on my forehead. If I have talked to anybody about some real life stuff that has happened, I always tell you that the Lord be smacking me in my forehead. And so let me get back to it. Moral of it, a couple months ago, I was going to go do a spark order, and it was a time when I wasn't like mentally or spiritually or emotionally connected to just really like anything. It was like I don't want to say a dark space because that sounds so bad, but it was just a dull time. Nothing was moving really, or things were moving, but I really wasn't paying attention to it. And so I got to the point to where I was like, I need to talk to somebody. I need to talk to somebody. And so in my mind, like I'm looking through my contacts and, I was thinking about trying to call Kendrick or call my mama or call my friend. And at that moment, God was like, talk to me. When I tell you, I just started crying. I was like, I can't believe this. Not in a bad way. Don't get me wrong. But he showed me again. It wasn't the first time he done showed me, but he showed me again, like, hey, you don't need anybody else but me. Talk to me. I'm like, okay. So I'm talking to the Lord, just pouring everything out, which of course he knows all, but he still allows us to, come to him. And so I was talking to him and talking to him like, God, X, Y, and Z, this is going on in my mind. This is what I'm feeling in my heart. I just don't know what to do. And then it hit me. I'm like, but I do know what to do. Y'all, we do know what to do. You ever had the moments where you just be busting out crying? You be like, oh God, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do, God. I'm tired. Everybody that had that moment. And in all actuality, it hit me right there and there. Like, I know what to do. And so when that hit me, I started playing some music, just kind of just mellowing out, getting out of my emotions because I'm a cry. And like I said, if you know me, I'm a cry. And so after that, I hear something say, let them know. I'm like, what? What are you talking about? Let them know. Let them know. Tell them. And I'm like, what? I said, I can't do that. I don't want to embarrass myself, or I don't want to be putting my stuff out there like that. And God was like, tell them, let them know. I said, my God. And when I stopped fighting against it and actually like heard him and what he was saying, that's when it popped up. The 10-minute talks with T. I want to let you know. So that gives you a little 4 to 5 minute background as of to how this came about. I'm a talkative person. I talk all the time. Sometimes I can talk too much and throats get dry and folks just be looking at me and I be like, oh, no. But I think for this very first episode, it's just putting it out there that, of course it's a whole bunch of people that say it, but you're never alone in these type of situations. Some people don't know how to talk. They don't know how to let nobody know, like, hey, I went through this. Or, hey, I know what you're going through. I get it. Trust me. I understand. And then there's people that, they hear God tell them some things and they just think, like, it's just their mini person in their brain. But in all actuality, it do be Lord. And he be telling us like, hey, do this. I need you to do this. Tell them how I brought you out of this situation. Tell them how you laid it all down to trust me. Tell them how I did so many miracles in your life. Tell them how to get to that point, how to continue getting closer to God. And of course, I mean, I'm 28. So, well, I'm about to be 28. I'm still learning. I'm still trying to mature and grow with God. And every day I'm learning. Every day, He's opening my eyes up to certain things, or He's showing me certain things. Like, okay, Tasha, what are you doing? That smacking me on my forehead type stuff. So, and I'm grateful for it. Grateful for it because He never leaves us. He never leaves us. But y'all have had them moments where it's just quiet. Like you praying, you talking to God, and it's just quiet. Let me tell you something. I want you to know that you ain't by yourself. I have had moments like that. And within those moments, God taught me how to be patient, how to wait on Him, how to seek Him, before I really do anything. With this, the 10-minute talk with T, me and Kendrick have our own podcast / videos that we are doing together as a couple. It's called WWTK, The Bottom Line. Along with, life, things that we do day to day basis that everybody does: working, cooking, cleaning, caring for children, events, social events, X, Y, and Z. So putting all of it together, at first I was getting a little discouraged about doing this. And I kid you not, y'all, I put this off for months. Months. Like, I'm not lying. I think this was, I don't even know, like June? Yeah. I know for whoever heard this and was like, oh my God, yeah, girl, June. Lord been telling me to do this since June. And what did I do? I kept putting it off. I just kept putting it off over and over again. And so it hit me today. My first lady, she was talking, she was preaching. And she was like, go tell somebody. And I'm like, golly. She's like, go tell somebody. Go tell them. It was in me. It was in me hard. It was in me hard. And then she said something else. She was like, if you have the will, God will make you able. So I was like, man, well, I know what that means. Get on it. I've been pushing this off for the longest. And I feel like through my stories, through this 10-minute conversation, that I pray that somebody is able to see this, hear this, and know that they're not by themselves, or that they can take this and, be like, oh, okay, well, I can relate, I understand, or to help another sister out, or another brother out, or your cousin, or your auntie, all them good folks like that. And guys, I also want to say thank you, thank you, thank you to the people that responded to my post about me doing the 10-minute talks with T. I'm grateful that I even got like as many comments and reactions as I did. The way that I look at it is, I'm really not trying to do this for Tasha. I'm not trying to do this for, social media or content purposes, or trying to get a like, a share, a post, or, anything like that. Truthfully, I'm doing it, like I said, because God told me to. Now, granted, I am still nervous about this. And like I said earlier, that people that know me, they know that I talk, so I don't mind talking. But I do want to make sure that what I'm putting out is the truth. I do want to make sure that what I'm telling you is not misleading. And I pray that God is continuing to, in my mind, so I know what I need to say, how I need to say it, and when I need to say it. And I pray that this does reach who it's supposed to. With this 10-minute talks with T, it's a lot of more things that are going to be discussed too. But the base of it, and the beginning of it, the back of it, the top of it, the sides of it, are surrounded by God. And at the end of the day, I cannot be any more grateful than what I am now to really even have this opportunity of even starting this up. I want to continue, how to do as many things as the Lord will bless me to be able to know how to do. Like, because I promise you,
I'm not trying to waste any time that He has given me. I'm trying to be grateful, trying to be mindful of the fact that, okay, the Lord be like, okay, well, I gave you joy this morning. What are you going to do with it? And I'm like, hey, am I going to wake up and be like, I don't feel like it, or am I going to be like, okay, I got this joy. Let's stretch it on throughout the day with every minute that I have, every second that I have.
This is just the first of many, but like I said, we're going to keep this limited, just like the title. This is 10-Minute Talk with T, and I want you to know I'm going to be back next week.